Welcome to the 1% Better podcast. This is where everyday Joes, investors, business people get 1% better every day. And today we have Collin Fett on the podcast. Thanks for coming, Collin.
Hey. I'm excited.
Yeah, this is great. First ever podcast.
First ever podcast. Let's go.
Wow, you've done a lot. And I'm surprised it's your first ever one.
Well, it's an honor.
Yeah, super excited to have you. We'll just start out. Give us a little walkthrough, where it all started, business, personal, family. I already know a lot of it, but tell the people a little bit about you.
Yeah. So born and raised on a farm in northern Iowa, went to a small school, graduated from Algona, 2010, came to Iowa State, and I just knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I like the idea of chiropractor. I was actually coming to be pre-chiropractic. I like the idea of open my own practice and health.
Yeah.
I was in sports.
Because that's what you went for, right?
Yeah.
Like health and nutrition or dietitian or what was it?
Well, it was pre-chiropractic, I think was the name of it. But then I minored in dietetics. It was the kinesiology major.
Yep.
So, but anyway, yeah. So then I job shadowed some and kind of realized, man, going to another 3 years of school, still having that debt, and then having to buy into a practice, actual physical stuff. It was a lot of money. It seemed so, and then I just realized I just want to start a business. It doesn't have to be this business. And so then the opportunity came up to open a nutrition store in Ames, Powerful Nutrition.
Yep.
That was my first business. Sold smoothies and supplements. There's a bunch of those stores around. And that's what I did in my junior year of college. I did that along with work some jobs, and then I graduated and did it full time. So I did that for 2 years full time. Met Bill in 2015 and got my real estate license.
Wow.
And that's when it took off. Yeah.
So this is your 11th year.
Yeah, I just turned.
Or 10th year. Did you get your license in 2016 or 2015?
Well, they just sent out the email that it was 11 years.
Oh, wow.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
So we were yeah.
That's awesome. Tried and true, baby.
Yep. Been doing this real estate thing well over 10 years now.
Yeah.
You could say. Yeah.
And you didn't join a team. You were by yourself. How did that work starting out? I don't think I've ever asked you that.
Yeah. It was, it was a different time. There was way less agents. Teams weren't really a thing as much. I think I think I could have joined up with Bill, but I think he's just go do it on your own. Just you're a horse, go run,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was 22 or 3 probably at the time. And I feel I was young in that era. I was really young in that era. Now it's not as uncommon to be a 20-something-year-old real estate or but it felt I was, maybe it was just my perception at the time, but it felt I was the only one under 40, literally.
Yeah.
So that was, it was hard to get going and stuff. It was just grinding and calling and just long hours and yeah. So I did buying and selling, worked as a real estate agent. Plugged everything I made back into buying real estate. And so focused mainly on long-term rentals, kind of flipped some properties along the way or, things, owner occupied house, bought it, lived in it a couple of years, put a bunch of work into it, that kind of thing.
Back in the old neighborhood right now.
Back in the old, yeah. I know. I got to drive around. I got to drive around a little bit. I was oh man, it's crazy. It's nice. Look, one on the corner looks really nice. It's crazy what they did to that place. Yeah. So anyway, and then management. So started managing long-term rentals. So it would been in 2015, I bought my first duplex, the first year that I got into selling real estate. My first commissions went right into buying a deal and so I guess that's when I started the management, technically. Started with finding it was vacant. I had to rent out both sides. My dad and I were in there painting and redoing the counters and got it rented and off we went. So
what was because I remember the first place I bought with you, it was just like a come to Jesus moment almost, when like that first check came in, because it was only like $100 that I made, maybe, after everything. And you didn't really end up making that because, you know, something came up down the road, but it was like, okay, this was really like, how did you get into it? Did you like watch YouTube, or like, because your dad's not like a big real estate investor. So like, what got you over the hump? Because I specifically remember my journey. Like, I remember meeting you and I was like, okay, I've heard all this stuff on podcasts and YouTubes, but like, here's the guy in person that's doing it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds cliche, but the Rich Dad Poor Dad was probably one of the books that, like, I'd read quite a few personal development books leading up to that. Because like the nutrition stores with Herbalife, which is like a network marketing company, where it's like, I mean, you're reading books and like, you're like, you know, and it's a lot of financial, personal development, and like just, you know, all down those. So like, it was like, just like the want for like learning more. I think there's something too, like I always was going to be in real estate, because even in college, I remember thinking, like, before even I like saw places for rent, and I didn't understand how it all worked, but like, I was like, I think I wanted, you know, I don't know. I just felt this, like I was going to like, because I remember I even called on a house that was like for rent and for sale, like on Lincoln Way. Okay. I had like no idea how to buy it or what, you know, and the guy just kind of turned me off, because he's like, you're like, what, 17 and you're calling about, or 8, I don't know. I was probably a sophomore, 19-year-old. You're like, I don't know, could I buy it? How's it going to work? So anyway, but yeah, I think that's how it got me going.
Cool.
Just books and, you know, hearing other people.
Meeting a lot of people, because you were meeting a lot of people probably at the nutrition shop, you know, getting out there in the weeds, and a lot of people coming in. And
and I was in networking groups. That's where I met real estate agents, and I kind of saw that, like, oh, it's just like, they just seemed like, you know, they were on billboards, and like they were these godlike figures. Like, oh my God, a real estate agent, you know? And so yeah, I kind of got to know. Yeah, and I got licensed, and like I said, I felt way young at the time, trying to walk in and get a deal or a listing or, you know, whatever, and then you just get one after the other and keep going.
Start snowballing.
And so yeah, and now here we are 11 years later.
Yeah.
So
that's sweet.
Yeah.
What, I was thinking of some questions before we came here, and on the management side, what were some different changes from going from, like, I would say your first property to your first 10 properties, then managing your first 100, like the different levels of not just systems or just like personal development, like you talked about. Do you remember like what those big moments were?
There were some
of the big changes.
I remember when I bought a 6-plex over in Boone, that was like my first going from like a couple duplexes where like keys were like, you kind of keep track of keys with just, you know, hanging things or whatever. And then all of a sudden I'm like, holy shit, I got this one property has 10 keys and I already have 11 keys from these other 3 properties. I'm like, I got to figure out this whole new. So like, I feel like that put me like probably like in the 20-ish door range, where it was like starting to get like, oh man, I can't just kind of keep track of rent receipts, like just haphazardly or whatever. So I feel like that is probably like kind of that 20-ish, which I think that 6-plex would have got me right around 15 to 20. And I think another hard one was probably, I mean, once it's probably getting close to 100. We went from an old property management software, I can't remember the name of it, to a new one, which ended up taking like a year, 2 years to like completely convert. But that was like, it was pretty clear, like, to manage owners and several tenants and like all the stuff, that that platform wasn't going to work, which is tricky because like the platform we have now, when we were at 20 units, it wouldn't make sense. Like, because there wasn't enough. So it's like kind of this, you have to grow enough with the cheaper software, or just, you know, come out, you know, knowing that you're going to be at whatever. So I think those were probably my 2 harder ones. And then like, I mean, I don't know, 100 to 200. So we managed about 200 units. At the most we've managed 250. I don't know, they're all kind of the same. We just continue to get, I feel like focuses, we're always like improving and getting simpler, editing things down. If there's fire, like put it out for good,
Yeah.
And it just like continues to feel like managing more units. I just say it, but like, as you like kind of get things ironed out, it takes less, energy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're in a good
Well, if
spot.
you can do it for 101 is like
Right.
not a big deal.
Right.
Unless
Yeah.
it's like very specific issue, because it's like
Right.
probably 90% of your owners are great, and it's only 10% like the ones like Sam Brandt give you a bunch of grief.
Yeah.
Or, and then 80% of your tenants are great, and then only 10% of them cause the grief. So it's like you add on 10 and then you maybe add on one that's
right.
super bad, and you're kind of get better at filtering those out and expectations with people and all of that kind of stuff. Yes. How was it for you from like going from, being the number one Remax agent in Ames 1 year, flipping it like you were doing your Nevada project at one time, to like giving off some of that responsibility to your teammates?
Yeah.
Like,
you were the guy, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of it was the family shift at home, because being like that agent, it just required a lot of evenings, weekends, like, deals going at 10 o'clock at night. You got to be like charged up and ready. And I always wanted to own and manage rentals. And so buying that, I bought 40 units there, like, in the span of a year, bought 75 units. But like the 40 units that were like highly de-stressed, like that was 21 into 22. That was kind of what got me out of, I mean, just it required time and attention, So like, it really like made our management company real too. Cause like, holy smokes, we're like managing a significant amount of people now that we have to like, we got to get these shit dialed in. You know what I mean? And it's just been, you set goals and it's like, okay, this is going to take 1 year, it's going to be 1 year. We're going to be here. Everything's going to be like perfect cash flow and everything's going to just go exactly as the performa, expected. And it like, it's like, okay, year two, it's like a basketball team that you're like rebuilding year. And it's like, okay. So, and I mean, we've been at it now. 5 years. Now the property's finally like going good. So, but I don't know. Hand it over to the team. It was the original kind of question was like, it's hard looking back. Like there's so many things like you could have done differently, because it probably could have like had more control or something. And like, but I think, how Bill did it with me, like kind of like, here's like what you need. And I'll give you a little encouragement to like, but either you're going to do it or you're not. And like, especially in sales, it's like, you're either going to do it or you're not. You either got it or you don't. And so handing the torch off to you is like, it was kind of great. I mean, it was, people got taken care of and leads were like followed up and opportunities were moved
seized.
Along, exactly. And new ones to seize came up. So that's that.
Was it like difficult for you to like hand off that responsibility because you were doing it for so long and like you had a certain way of doing it? Or was it just like, there's so much going on, I don't have any other choice?
Well, I would say part of it was that, when we took over that, there was just so much vacancy and, delinquency that, and then like the personnel of the whole team, I was still trying to figure out how many people we need, what everybody's going to do. There's so much work right now. So, it's like we had to have more people because there was like, there was a lot to deal with that wasn't sales related, but, I think it was hard to give it up also from like like the ego perspective of like being the head of the football team. And then you're like stepping down, kind of felt like it, but I think we work well together and I'm excited for what me and Alex are doing now. We've got a good combination on the sales side, working with, we did quite a few investment multifamily deals last year. We've done listings and work some buyers. And it's like, I realized it's nice to work with like good people. This has like been a really last, I don't know, 5 years, like less better has been like my motto. And it's like less units, better units, less people, better people, less like whatever, better. It's not always like,
the what's that book you gave? Life and Air.
Yeah, that's a good one. Life and Air.
Like that's less is better. That's like, because if you want to be the richest guy in the world, like you just leverage to the moon. But then there's like a certain time of like, I don't want all that stress in my life. Yeah. Like that was going to be one of my questions too. Like, because you were doing so much, and like, I feel like social media anymore, like gives this like alter like God persona to entrepreneurs. Like, oh, work for yourself. It's so great. But like, what were some of the things that you had to give up during those years that you were just busting your balls? And it probably just felt like every single day was like kind of the same, but you sold like 80 plus houses in a year, and you bought all those units like in the same year too.
Yeah. And managed the 100 units.
Managed, yeah. So like,
all with like terrible systems. I mean, not terrible systems. They were the best I could do. And I'm like building this plane as I'm flying. And like, if I did it with the systems, process we have now and the team we have now, I'd be like, yeah, no problem. But I mean, yeah, it was like, I had a kind of a crazy sleep schedule. I mean, I was definitely a morning worker. So like, get up at 3, 2 sometimes. And like, you remember the days where I was like, jam out some, and work early in the morning. I worked sometimes late at night, but it was a lot of like before kids. I mean, I joked there was like a period where I didn't have any like leisure clothes. I mean, I didn't. And then
like you had your old basketball shorts from high school. It was like your leisurely clothes.
Exactly. But otherwise it was like, I was showing houses on Saturdays and Sundays and doing open houses. Kelsey bought me like Lululemon shorts that were like, leisure clothes. So this is crazy. This is great. So nice. So I've been wearing a little more leisure clothes, but I mean, I was like everyone, from showing units to like, I mean, I was over in Boone at middle of winter sitting in a basement with a plumber trying to figure out a frozen pipe because I'm like, I don't know. I just got to go. I don't know what I want to know what. Like who to call or have process in place of like vendor network, basically, that just like, and then there was like a phase for that where it's just like, you don't even know what systems and processes to set up until you've like faced the fires. And
there's so many, and it's like kind of what you said before. It's like, you don't want to overspend on something that it looks like it has the tools and all the stuff, but then you have to teach someone to use all these tools and little different systems, and you don't want to overkill,
right?
Because then you're probably spending too much money and you're not making any money either,
right?
And it's a difficult middle ground.
Yeah. So back to the glamorization of entrepreneurship, it's like, it's like sometimes like a really tight line, like and I mean the incomes is like varies. It's like, this comes in, that goes out. I mean, especially in real estate, it's like you can, things are going great, and then you have something go out. I hate to even say anything, give an example, because whether it's for like an owner, I see it on that side, or obviously I'm an owner, so I get to feel it firsthand.
I think that's a good perspective. I would never, because with the short-term rental stuff, like I had an owner the other day, and they had bought this house a couple years ago, FHA, so they didn't really put any money down. And they didn't want to sell it because they want to start their little real estate profile. But they moved away, and so we're managing it for them. And they were talking about like their mortgage is $2,000 and they're making $2,500 a month, and they're like, where's all this money we're supposed to be making? And I'm like, I think your property's doing pretty well, but like that's the reality of it. It's not like 2,000. Like I feel like things have just got a lot easier with technology, and so like that gap that you used to have 20 years ago with like the spread on like a price of a house versus like rents isn't there anymore, because people just got so systematized, and like technology has helped everyone be more efficient. And so like now can be those people like us that manage 25 short-term rentals, or you manage 250 rentals, whereas 20 years ago, I feel like that'd be a lot harder, a lot more manpower.
Yeah.
And so the spreads have just all shrunk.
Yeah. That's a really good point.
But, prices are the way they are. And I told him, I'm like, this is my 5th year doing this. And this is the first year I've ever made any cash flow.
Right.
And I think they kind of just got into it with the wrong perception too.
Mm-hmm.
But they are building equity. They're paying down the debt. There's the other benefits too. But that cash flow where a lot of people get into, it's kind of more of a defensive measure, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's tricky too. I think Nick said it, it's like, rent's like milk on the shelf. It expires every month, It's like if you don't have that milk sold by the end of the week or day or whatever, it's like just gone,
Yeah.
Like if you don't have it's rented out by the first of the month. I mean, you're certainly not getting the whole month rent.
Yeah.
Or, short-term rental if it's not booked up for, and then it's like, okay, that month didn't cash flow at all because there was zero money that came in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's find the right balance of like the amount, scale of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, still figuring that out. So,
what are some? I know we did our one sheet, but what are some goals you're willing to share? What you're working towards? What you're pushing towards these next rest this year? How about we won't go any wider than that?
Well,
because I know you just had a baby.
Yeah,
which is exciting.
Well, I've got a lot of personal goals around our home, settling that, and some mobility goals as well. But more on the business front, I got some management growth goals. I don't have a specific number. I've done that before and kind of upset myself for got something that I didn't want. But the right ones, I'm thinking over 200 units, which were just under 200. So it's between 200, 225. So
Mm-hmm.
to add like 10 to 25 units, I think is what I could foresee in the management space. Sales world, me and Alex, we got a goal to be sales team of the month one of these months.
Oh, there you go.
We're pushing hard. We focus on owners of investors, multifamily, which I think has really become my niche. I enjoy it. I like talking about, it's like
talking shop.
Yeah, it's like going to like that less better. It's like I love talking with owners. I feel super knowledgeable about. I see it every day of like what happens in like the long-term rental management.
Yep.
So yeah, we need a month where we really pop, but I think we can do it. So I'll put it out there. Age of the month is a sales goal. I do have a goal of selling one of our properties, doing a 1031 potentially. Again, I hate to put too much pressure on that kind of thing, and just like I don't want to do it because of the goal, because it's got to be the right property but that's like the portfolio goal if there was one. So I want to sit cross-legged too. Like mobility. That's cool.
Nice. That's fun.
My squat was last year, so I got the full squat down. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
Less is better. I just joined this. It's called Millionaire Man Cave. It's like a online group of guys, and they kind of have the 6 pillar, like GoBundance has your 8 pillars, isn't it? They have six pillars. It's like faith, family, friends, finance, fitness, freedom, or fight, I think is the last one. And I'm just getting into it, so I can't recommend it quite yet, but I just joined this last week. It's only $97 a month, so it's like super affordable compared to a lot of the other ones, because you can spend tens of thousands of dollars on coaching and groups and all that other stuff. But they have weekly calls. I'll see, I think it could be a good networking group.
Yeah.
Like good group, kind of like what we were doing before with the Bro Pod. That was fun. That was always fun.
Yeah.
We should get that up and rolling again.
Yes, we should.
At least quarterlies. We know every morning was a lot to commit to, I think, but even when we get a good little group of guys, I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, I agree. It's good. Authentic accountability.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a good thing.
How is the house going? What are any new updates?
Let's see. So, Well, the baby is new, month and a half old, so he's finally getting kind of settled in where he's sleeping.
He's
so
a chubby little guy.
He's grown out of
Holy
stuff.
smokes.
Yeah, he's like grown out of 3-month-old stuff, so he's like a 2-month-old going in like year-old closer before you know it. So he might, he's a big baby. So yeah, he's going good. But right now we're just, I think we're pretty well settled. We just got some work done in the basement finally.
Speakeasy back there?
No,
not that we can tell publicly.
But yeah, everything's pretty well set up. And then we're just kind of waiting for summer to do some reseeding and get the shed set up and the beach set up. And then we're like just ready to enjoy the land. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a cool pad.
It is a cool pad. Yeah.
What, kind of switching gears, what do you think most people, or what do you wish most people understood about the real estate management business that is misunderstood?
I mean, the easy answer is like how freaking hard it is. Like, I always get owners that like, they're all pissed off at their current property manager. And I'm like, listen, I mean, I'm going to do the very best I can. But you have so many variables I've learned. I mean, you have the tenant, their life, what's, from divorce to job loss to just getting drunk and mad and friend shows, whatever. And then you have like the actual property variability of like furnace could go out, roof could, hailstorm, random, whatever. So it's hard. And then like things come in pairs. So you're like dealing with one problem that's like right when nothing's going on. And so like how to respond, where to respond, who to send it to, like how to handle it, how to like talk that tenant down so that the things don't get escalated or like respond to it's like, I mean, it's a lot. And like, it's easy to do it bad is what I tell people. It's really easy to be bad at it. It's really, really hard to be good at it. I feel like we do a pretty good job. I mean, we're always like trying to get better. It's like I said, like every time there's some issue, some fire, we have it on our meeting and we're like, what can we do so this doesn't happen again? Because I don't want, like, people always get, they get mad. I'm like, I don't want this to happen. I get it that you're upset. And it's like, unfortunate. And I'm like, it's easier when there's less things that go wrong. So then people are more like understanding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I mean, you didn't mess up the last 10 times. So a little more grace on this one or whatever. So yeah, I guess that it's really hard.
It is super hard. Like one thing I think you've always said is like, you're dealing with 200 units. So at least 400 people probably. If there's two people in there, at least 400 tenants.
Yep.
Then you have the owners. So however many owners that is of the 200 units. Then you have all the people in the middle that you don't have control over really. Like they're just vendors. They're not people on your payroll. You can keep them accountable by not using them again. Is the only way to keep them accountable. Like if they go in there and mess up the plumbing the first time, well, you really can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're all doing it for $100. Like $100 is still a lot of money. Like I'd still run pretty far for it. But when you have all the overhead and all the teammates and the expenses and then all of that, it's like, it's really pretty slim margins, Yeah.
I mean, it's, you got to coordinate a lot over a long, and it's like the work is spread out too. There's variability of like the amount of work coming in and out. So it's like you can, I mean, there was a time just learning over the years of like, there's a season to it, it's kind of like farming. You know? So there's like, I like to have that farming analogies in management because I feel like it's my form of doing real estate this generation. But yeah, I mean, there's like, you got to keep up on stuff like renewals. I mean, especially names, like you got to invest a lot of time in renewals, October, November, December, January. I mean, right now even, so that way you're not behind the ball, June, July, August, and trying to invest time in there, which costs more because like, it ends up taking longer to lease or, we're bad tenant that ends up taking way longer because you have to evict, you know, and like,
Mm-hmm.
and that. So it's like years compounding of, you know, staying ahead on stuff and, you know, spreading. That's how we can make it work. Is like, because if every unit had issues every month, yeah, couldn't make it work.
Oh,
you know,
Lord.
But, you know, it's where it's like this size is like, the more units, there's going to be more chance of like, you know,
Things
craziness.
breaking. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I talked to someone the other day and they're like, not really, they had like 300 units and names. Like I said, what's like your forecast going forward? And he's probably 20, 30 years older than us. He's like, I'm going to stay the same way I am now. He's like, if I add on double the units, I'm just going to add double the overhead and double the problems. I'm going to make the same amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Which I could see both sides of that. I was like, okay, but is that just a limiting belief that you believe already? Because like Haver Camp guys, you know, they have one guy that made it just like 2,000 units.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I kind of see both sides to that. But it's like going back to less is more. You know, sometimes it's just like I don't want to wear on everything, all the other aspects of my life.
Yeah.
Fitness, family, friends.
Yeah.
You know, want to live some too.
Yeah, there's a challenging, especially coming from like athletic background, like where you could just spend day and night in the gym to become the best that you could be. And then, yeah, you get into, especially as you get older, where it's like family. I mean, you just have other pillars that you like require time.
Yeah.
And if you don't give them time, it's just like strain, you know? So, yeah, it's hard to like find the balance.
Navigate that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like whatever you want to do, you know?
Yeah.
Some people want to spend 12 hours a day in their business.
Right.
Some people only want to spend 4.
Yeah.
And whatever you want to do, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like whatever someone wants to do, let them do it.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, but then it's like, I think we're all competitive too, you know? At least guys are. It's like, well, I could probably add 10 more units here, or do this deal over here, or do that.
Right.
I don't know. I see both ways.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard. The challenge of like growing versus like you know, if you don't grow, you're still, you know, you're actually losing or whatever. But there's something to like not just growing for the sake of growth and just more, which I was at one point. And it's like, I think it's probably different phases of your life and seasons of your careers. And, you know, where it's like, when you're just getting rolling, you just got to say more. I'll take whatever I can get just because it's going to just keep things rolling. And, you know, there becomes a point where if you say more to everything, yes to everything, you just get
overwhelmed.
Yeah. And then you're just, like you said,
nothing gets done.
Nothing gets done. And so then it's selecting the top most important things. And we've worked a lot with that, which actually is the operations in Monday is it's been like an avenue that I've really dove into the last bit, you know, last year.
For those people that are listening, don't have any idea what Monday is, give them your spiel on Monday and why they should take a look at it.
So Monday is virtual workspace, and it's operating system. It's like super flexible, and I use it to set up workflows for our core processes that we do. And I've been doing some coaching, some business coaching, like really focused specifically on like setting up, because I had like a bunch of different coaches kind of help me get to this point, to where I've got things set up. And so helping set up, basically the core process of the business and like the working procedures, SOPs, whatever you want to call it, you know, whatever book, you know, you want a delegation kind of book. And it's just, it helps a team be virtual, work together, it's super flexible. It can work with any kind of software, just because I mean, we've done it with your short-term rental stuff, and you link stuff up with your
it's awesome
stuff, and it's like a Facebook for the workplace. It's fun. I like to throw gifts out there and have fun with it, especially when we have, in real estate, you got things to celebrate. So, I've been doing it 6 years, and morphing it into, what it is now. But it's like we've got 8 people on my team, and then we've got some virtual, third party, our accounting team, but they act basically like they're sitting in the office with us. I mean, we can throw a thing on their board. And, can you get this report for this owner or this,
Well, it's just, it helps everyone so clear and accountable.
Yeah.
Because it's like
each item's a specific task.
Not just you can oversee it, but then all their other team members can see, hey, are they getting their stuff done? Hey, are they not seeing their stuff? Hey, are you replying to that? Hey, are you? And then it just keeps everything so organized. It's like a spreadsheet, but then you add in the digital Facebook components too, with the commenting and the likes and the adding and the file uploads. But then it's kind of set up almost like a spreadsheet almost, because the one tracker that I have that you helped me set up, it was just a spreadsheet before and that worked fine. But then you add the other elements of well, it's just not me keeping track of these houses now. We have 4 other people that need to see where stuff's going on.
Yeah.
And the ability to say, okay, this person changed this at this time. Is that supposed to or not? Or that's cool. Yeah.
Well, accountability. I mean, you can see who sees each item. You can see, I just saw that Sam viewed that, and I can see that he was the one that, changed the status or whatever. And then, I mean, it helps one business work as one cohesive unit. It allows Jackie to see what I said, or me to see what, Haley's doing, or, whatever. And I think going back to managing is really hard. It's hard because it's hard to communicate amongst a team, and it's hard to manage more than 50 units with just one person, which if you're trying to have multiple minds, know what this tenant's calling about with this issue. It's you need something like this to be able to all work together. And it makes everyone on the team's job clear. And it's if there's questions, it's not mad at the person. So many people, I feel I was guilty of it too. When it's not clear what needs done, and how it can get frustrating, but we don't have that, because it's it's very clear what the role is and what the job is, and you update these, you move this along, and it's more of how it needs to get done versus tension over
what needs to be done.
Get this done, or so, which I went through that phase of you hire people to do things, and you don't necessarily know exactly how it needs to get done, but you figured, I hired you to figure it out. It's not done, so anyway, that's Monday in a nutshell. It's a virtual workspace, and I spend most of my time on Monday. Got a great app. Our team spends the time. I've helped a handful of people just in the real estate space set up their workspaces, and it's kind of been fun. I think I can see it an avenue for me in the future of helping a few people a year, a month, or a season, whatever. Get them set up and get them rolling, because man, it makes all the difference.
For sure.
So,
and they think a lot of kids in the younger generation are tech savvy, which a lot of them are, but maybe it was just something I learned along the way. But some of these new gentlemen or ladies I'm hiring, and I'm okay, what's this with the spreadsheet? You don't know how to do this, this, and this yet. And I think it's just trial by error too. They'll learn along the way. Not saying it's their fault, because I didn't train them on how to do that.
Right.
But there's a little bit of a complexity to it that you've able to, just by doing it, figured it out. Yeah. That is very helpful. And I think there's another level to it too. Sometimes we go back and forth on stuff.
Yeah.
But I'd love to figure out the next step is somehow that because we're kind of pushing it all the time, being able to have AI help to pull it. When I mean that, setting up different workflows that it already looks for this, that, and the other. My partner Bo, he used Claude. You ever use Claude? So the other day, he, in a certain channel, it said, hey, pull all of our sales numbers from February.
Mm-hmm.
And it pulled all of the numbers already from February, put it into like a better spreadsheet than we already had, and organized it color coded by each person, said how many calls, appointments, follow-ups, offers they made, just by a simple prompt. And that was super cool to see.
Interesting. Yeah.
But it's like I only have so many hours a day. I need to dedicate some to this, and I haven't done it yet. But I think that will be, and that just continues to evolve so fast.
Right.
It's kind of crazy, and there's a lot of elderly people that, when I see elderly, I say in their 50s or 60s, that don't even use any like them just getting on an iPhone or their email is very difficult.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, what will the next 5 years look like of this?
Yes, it's interesting, like how fast things are changing.
Oh man,
you know,
like you're talking 2015, like you calling Zillow leads in 2015 was like unheard of.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't it?
Well, I was thinking how we did, like we didn't have dot loop. We had to sign everything in person, and we'd have to like scan it in. We had DigiSign, so we'd have to like meet someone in person, sign it, and I'd scan it in, email it over to the other agents. They could print it off, meet up with the person and sign it. And we'd have like it scratched off like 4 times. And then we got to a point where we could it was kind of like dot loop, but it wasn't as, now we can sign deeds virtually. In fact, it's better. It's like,
because they just e-file them in anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know why everyone does an online notary stuff.
Yeah. And then you can just email over the packet, and it's like not this whole like, where's the deed? Oh my God, the deed's in Oregon? How did it get in Oregon? You know, and now we can't close. And so, I mean, just in the real estate world, I mean, those things have like changed the transaction immensely. And then, I mean, you talk about all the other changes of like, just, I mean, being able to watch a video on your phone. You couldn't really do that 10 years ago, you know? What it's going to be like in 5 years. So,
what did you use for CRM when you first got it started?
Top Producer.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was like super prehistoric. It was like, you know, it was like Microsoft look where it had like the boxes.
Yeah.
And it had like a million boxes and checks, and I could never, just like everyone with their CRM, they're always like, this is the year I'm going to get it figured out. So now we use Monday.
There you go.
Monday and spreadsheets are and we've got a mailing, I don't know how that does it, but the emailing software. But, so Monday can do it all.
Because wasn't when you first got started though, Zillow was like kind of the new kid on the block?
Yeah, I would say so, probably. Yeah. And I think, I mean, it was just like a good chunk of the business was like Zillow leads.
Yeah.
And I think I just like kept buying because it was like kind of like, you know, rentals is like, you know, just keep reinvesting. And so, I think, especially now they've gone to the Flex thing. Do you know anything about the Zillow Flex?
Like how it's integrated with like showing time?
No, my understanding is instead of paying like X amount a month and then getting opportunities for leads, they're a brokerage now, and so there's a referral fee paid rather than after the transaction's done, rather than a monthly fee.
Interesting.
It sounds like it's probably more. I mean,
they're trying to get more money out of. Because I thought like when you started, it was like maybe $50 a lead. Then they jacked it all the way up during COVID. It was like $500 to $700 a lead. Now that they want that, which makes sense, but it is super frustrating. Like that they could strong arm, you know, a lot of the people to that, but I guess things change, and I don't know. I don't know all my thoughts on that quite yet.
Yeah. No, I think it's part of, I'm watching Titans right now on Netflix. It's my bottle feeding show I'm watching. And it's like So talking about JP Morgan and like the 1920s and how it like went through a federal banking system and like, I mean, those are like, just like, I don't know, it's hard to change. It's hard, I guess.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, I mean, in the real estate world, it's like kind of another similar centralization of, I mean, even like, I mean, there's been a lot of things between that. And then like the year before it was the fire agency agreement. And it's like different industries go through different kind of shakeups over, and obviously, so, I mean, it does, I mean, you talk to anyone, like we go anywhere on vacation, we're like looking on Zillow.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's like, you know, it's the website.
Yep.
So yeah, website. So anyway, we'll see how it all shakes out.
Was there anything or anyone you needed to stop listening to grow?
Anything or anyone I need to stop listening to grow? Gosh, that's a hard one.
You said I hear it a lot. Less is better. So you don't have to say any names or anything, but
all right. Here's my
this
list.
Yeah. This is my hit list.
Well, I think, I would, on that front, like of clients and owners or tenants that were just like, you know, there's just people that are just nasty. And it's like, we don't have to keep doing this. Like, let's figure out a plan where we're not working together in 6 months.
Very freeing feeling.
Yeah. Like, I mean, yeah, exactly. Gosh, I'm trying to think if there was like, I've gone through different phases of like coaches that have like, you know, it just didn't make sense anymore to listen to their advice. I would say, yeah, kind of. It's like, okay, I took what you gave me. That's great. But I don't need to continue like taking your advice, right? You know, it's like, I'm going to make it my own. So, I mean, there's certainly been, you know, I've had probably 10 coaches over the last 10 years, whatever, 11 years. So, you know, there's been different phases of that. I went through phases of podcasts.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be something.
Like you were listening to a lot of them and now you don't listen to any of them, you're saying? Or?
Right. Yeah, I went through, I think that was like a phase where I was buying and grow more. Because you can like definitely listen to podcasts and even like social media. I went through a phase where I kind of just like, I, you know, didn't take it in because like everybody's doing, selling this bigger listing or doing this bigger thing or got, you know, more better or whatever. And so, especially like I said, podcasts, it's like, it's all there in like bigger pockets, all those. It's like one day it's talking about you should buy storage units. The next is like you should do short-term rentals. You know, and you just get in this like I need to do all things right now. And so I went through a year of like just not a couple of years probably where I'm just like reading a book, listening to like I try to like just read one author or you know. So yeah.
I like it. Less is better.
Less is better.
If you had a blank check, this will be a good one, I think.
All right.
Blank check. And 12 months off, what problem would you go solve?
Like humanitarianly?
Like, yeah, whatever. So like it could be a charity event. It could be like something that you would want to give back to.
I mean, if I had a blank check, I'd buy a bunch of real estate, but
yeah, that's a good answer. At least someone's honest. The last 10 people weren't honest.
Yeah, I just buy everything on the market. And then stuff that's not.
So people always ask me that, like when I used to represent clients, they were like, well, and I'd be like showing them a deal and they go, Sam, why don't you buy that? And I was like, if I could buy everything I wanted, I sure as God wouldn't be here right now.
Right. Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm like, you can't buy everything you want, you know?
Yeah.
They're like, why, you know, if this is such a good deal, Sam, why aren't you buying it? I'm like, if I could buy everything I wanted, I wouldn't be here right now.
Oh, funny. Yeah.
Okay, you passed the test.
Good.
Oh, that's funny. Any bets you made on yourself that paid off? And how did you know it wasn't just luck?
The first one that comes to mind was like my first real estate coach. I don't remember how much money it was, but it was a lot of money, like for me at the time. And I hadn't really sold anything. And it was like, I mean, that was a huge bet, it felt like, because it was like, holy smokes, if I don't like pound the phones and just like make this happen, like I'm going to be, I mean, there's a lot of money going out.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was definitely that first couple coaches when we were totally what helped me kind of get things up off the ground. And, you know, so that, I mean, obviously each bigger property bought feels like a bet on, you know,
on yourself, if you can operate it, if you can bring it to fruition.
Like it's like you get nervous buying, you know, it's like you buy a, you know, $500,000 property, then it's $1 million, then it's like, or unit count or whatever. And it's like, I think you can do it, but until you've actually like
done it,
close it and came up with the money and figure out how you're going to like operate it, and shit hasn't gone sideways yet. you know, like usually you buy something, shit goes sideways, you know, at some point in the first, you know, little bit. So yeah, I think honestly, the coach has been probably the biggest one that stands out as far as like betting on myself, because it was like such a time where there was like no money coming in, 22 years old.
Yeah.
Like putting all my money into this like
real estate coach, someone told you
like so many people have,
because you've done Tom Ferry, right?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Did you ever do Brian Buffini? I know he's like another top.
I did Tom Ferry. It was a Tom Ferry coach. That was my first one. That was it was great. Like I said, it took me from, I say, did 12 deals my first year to 50 deals to, you know.
That's a huge jump.
Yeah.
12 to 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of 50. Like 50 houses is a lot of houses. That's 4.5 a month about.
Yeah.
And it's just like crazy, like how much more you have to work in these small Midwest markets compared to like LA, or not even LA, but like Austin or Arizona or whatever. It's like you have to sell 50 houses to make the same money as them selling 5.
Yeah.
And I think like that's where a lot of the bad perceptions or like the stereotypes of real estate agents come, is like those big markets.
Oh, sure.
Because it's like, yeah, you truly only have to sell 2 or 3 houses and you make pretty good money.
Yeah.
But it's like here, when our average price point's 200,000 or 250, it's like that's a lot of people to work with.
Yeah.
A lot of families and a lot of moving parts and a lot of emotional stress.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, everything's all relative. Like, you know, money here versus money there versus like what it costs to operate a business here versus there. And, you know, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it's not always, I mean, it's like your gross income's not your net income. That's real. That's the end of the day. It's like it costs money to get that money coming in, and like not even, I mean, like actual costs, but then you got the time, the stress, the energy, the texts, the frantic emails, the oh shit to the contractor, can you get out here? You know, pulling strings, all the different things that, you know, another day in life, real estate.
Another day in the life of Collin Fett.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this business coaching you're doing, though. I think that's pretty sweet.
I know, I am too. Yeah. Yeah. I can definitely see a future where I'm, like I said, working with, just like I was, for like someone, you know, weekly call, rhythm.
What is the setup right now for that? Is it a weekly call, and then like, are you saying, hey, you can call, text me whenever you want, or is it like, hey, let's confine everything to this hour on Friday at 2? What's your setup been like for your
the structure has been a weekly call, and then in my workspace, in our work, so I just make a workspace. So then I'm like, just at me, just tag me, right there, you know. Nice. And that's been huge. Just like with your workspace, it's like you get in the rhythm of tagging back and forth and completing projects and pushing things along. And
Mm-hmm.
like within like a month or so, him and his whole team are just like
churning,
understanding how like, oh, boards flow this way, like how, yeah, like tagging back and forth, putting photos on things. And it's like light bulbs go off when it's like, holy smokes, I can like, you know, he's out at the property tagging this and like, yeah, again, there's so many things coming in. Like they've got the city needing this, and then there's this tenant needing that, and then there's the, you know, so, but yeah, I see there's a huge opportunity. I'm helping him get it set up with Ojo, the accounting, which is like I did with you. Yeah, I mean, like literally, it's the same kind of thing. I feel like there's just like a huge opportunity for what I've built and learned, and being able to help other people that are, you know, real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, property management. I've got kind of the deck, but I last year helped the syndicator, you know, put together his boards and workflows, and still work with him, and you know, so
You ever see that on the horizon?
I do. I think that would be, I mean, it feels like a next obvious step at some point, where we bring capital together. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, I've got owners that we manage for about 40 owners now. In a lot of ways, you know, their whole portfolio, let's say it's worth $20 million, you know,
Yeah.
that could be just one asset, and it could be those 40 people.
Yeah.
But instead it's, you know, 110 different roofs, or around 110 different units probably makes up, you know, whatever, 50 roofs.
Yeah.
And 110 furnaces,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that can go out. And so I think I felt owners feel the pain of like, you know, just that variability of like a $5,000 furnace bill, or, you know, I mean, things are getting more
Mm-hmm.
expensive. I just had a townhouse that's, you know, it brings in $1,100 a month, $8,000 for the furnace. And it's like, you know, furnace AC, and they're both 1970. So like
Yeah.
has to be done. And it's like, of course, they haven't been saving,
Yeah.
you know, since 19, you know. So, so yeah, I mean, I could see from that front where bigger property, capital plan, like
Mm-hmm.
for those kind of things. And there's,
You've essentially already been managing other people's money for the last 10 years anyways, you know, with you're managing their property. It's almost, it's almost more, just as valuable, if not more, than their capital into one building. It's almost a little harder to do that, like management instead of syndication. Maybe I think it's a lot more obviously on the front, like set up with the paperwork and all that. I've never done it. That's what I think it of, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, property management versus like in the onboarding owners versus like buying one property.
Yep.
And like, yeah, let's say buying 100 units, syndicating it, and managing it.
Mm-hmm.
So just pick your hard. Like,
Yeah.
both hard. You just have to figure out how to do it. So yeah, I don't know. But I feel like our management, like I said, we got a good team now, and we like, you know, would be a good way to grow is like add a property name that's like larger multi, you know, 50,
Mm-hmm.
30, 40, 50, you know, they only come in like certain increments.
Yeah.
You know,
6, 12, 24.
Yeah, exactly. If it's not a certain increment, you're like, what's going on there? Is there a house somewhere
Yeah,
that's included? Or?
It's 49 units. There's no, you know, there's a single family somewhere hiding.
Yeah, exactly. Utility room got turned into
Yeah. Something funky.
So, anyway, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We end every podcast with a lightning round.
Oh, baby.
What's your favorite book or podcast you'd recommend?
Book is gonna be Life in Air. You said earlier.
Yeah.
I think that's a great one. Podcast. You know, I've been listening to 1% Better a lot.
Yeah.
The Matt King podcast is like the good bonus one. That's probably the only other one that I've listened to sporadically.
Okay. Or Audible book. You could say Audible book.
Audible book. Man, I just listened to Harry Potter.
Oh, really?
Did the whole series. Yeah. Well, with having a baby, you end up like having to get up all night long, and so like
Have you never read it before this?
Yeah, like as a kid.
Okay.
Yeah, Alex was reading it too, so I was like, this is a good opportunity. So, but it was nice, like in the middle of the night, because it was just kind of like, you know, I don't know, it wasn't like a real estate book or something where I'm like kind of getting excited about some ideas. But so yeah,
good.
Let's say that.
That's great. I've never read I've watched maybe one movie, but I don't feel like that's a fair analysis.
Yeah, it's good.
Cool. What's something people often get wrong about your industry? We kind of already said this again before, but quick blurb.
Wrong about the real estate industry. Yeah, I mean, probably it's easier than what it looks like. You know, I hear all the time people like, I just said, you know, like, oh, I won't need an agent for that, or I do that without, you know, I'll just manage it myself. You know, it's like what I do it is a profession. There's people that do it for a profession. No doubt you can do it yourself. Just like a plumber, you can go plumb yourself or whatever. But it's like until the issue happens, and then they call in how you should help them. Like, this is why. If I were to buy a property in a different location, I would hire an agent to help me. You know, like if I was gonna buy a place in Okoboji, Arizona, whatever outside of, you know, so anyway, it's not as easy. Like, work with an agent. Like,
it's just like you said, it's another like you can plumb your own house, but there's a certain time that you don't have the time to plumb your own house. You know, like same reason I used to represent myself on all these houses I'd flip, and now I just have agents do it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it gives there's a couple reasons why I do that, but it's also like I can't do everything at once, you know?
Right.
So.
Yeah. Yep. No.
Agree with you there. What's one underrated skill that's helped you win?
Underrated skill that has helped me win, I would say, I don't know if discipline's a skill, but I think that's probably one of my, like, just like kind of like just keep going, like just keep doing it.
What's that mean to you, discipline?
I mean, to me, it's just like keep going when the time gets tough. Like, keep making the calls, keep following up, keep kind of grinding along, set the next goal, work towards that goal, set the next goal, work towards that goal. Like, tough things happen, pivot, and just like keep, you know, keep grinding. So maybe it's not discipline, maybe it's the grind, maybe it's like just, the skill of grinding. Just keep putting your head down and keep going.
No matter what it is. Yeah, you're pretty even keeled when shit hits the fan. You know, like I've heard some calls you've been on or people you talk to. It's like, where's Collin Fett? And then you're just like, how can I help you? You know, and that is a pretty cool skill. You know, because not everyone can do that.
Yeah, it's needed. People get charged up in real estate deals. They think they're...
Nothing's ever that serious either.
Right.
You know? Like, I feel like you're very level keeled. Like, just like, we'll figure it out, you know? No one's going to die here. So, we'll get through it. Yeah. Might seem like the world's ending now, but we'll be okay.
It does. In real estate transactions, it can feel like the world's ending. And that is true. Like, having the ability to just, like, keep everyone calm is, that's, skill.
How can people find you, learn more about you, reach out to you?
Yeah, thefettway.com is my website. There's contact us. It's got all the that kind of stuff. Collin at Fett Realty is my email.
Collin at Fett Realty.
Yeah,
there you go.
Probably the other way. Shoot me an email.
You have a 6, 12-plex, 24-plex in Ames, Iowa. Collin's your guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe more units than that. I don't know.
Yeah. Anything. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking to talk to anyone. Less is better. You know, if it's the right pair, if it makes sense, let's work together. If it doesn't, that's fine too. So
sweet.
Yeah, operations. I'm business consulting. Anyone that front. That's it's a growing field here for me. So
yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Well, thanks for coming, Collin.
yeah, I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries.